Hello, and welcome back to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. So in 1969, I was starting to hang around with a new friend. His name was Corey. In fact, I had gone to grade school with him at James Madison grade school, but really never hung around with him. I think he might have been in a different set of classes because we had multiple sixth grades, multiple fifth grades, multiple fourth grades, and so on. But that summer I got to know him, and we started hanging around more. I think it was because now we were in junior high school, and he actually lived up the block from me. He lived about four blocks away from me. So he, along with my regular friends Scott and Chuck, were hanging together. So he was a saxophone player, and he liked jazz. So we would talk about music and things in general. And so one day I went into the record store. Where am I going with this, right? I went in the record store and I saw this album, and it kind of and I had seen it before, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it or not. It came out in 1969 in the United States here, but it was by a group called Jethro Tull, and the album was called "This Was." And what really attracted me to the album was the cover. As I had mentioned before, I was quite the cover person for albums. I mean, if it had a really cool cover, I'm going to buy that album to hear what it sounds like. So the album This Was had a great cover. It's four old guys, and that's what threw me off. Is these guys look really old. It's like, why are they so old? This is a new album. This is a brand new release. But what thrilled me was all the dogs around them. They had all these dogs sitting around them, and I thought, well, okay, I'm gonna have to get this. Well, on the back side of the album, they look more normal, if you can say that that's normal. I don't know, but they look a little bit more normal. The gentleman is holding a fish, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna buy this and listen to it. So I did buy it, took it home. The first song, My Sunday Feeling, is a heavy blues track, and the whole album is fairly bluesy. Other than there's a song on here, or an instrumental on here called "Serenade for a Cuckoo," which was very, very jazzy. And that's why I brought up Corey, because I took this album over to his house and I put it on, and he wasn't real thrilled with the blues tracks, but once it got to Serenade for a Cuckoo, he just went cuckoo for it, because it was a great jazz track. And the lead singer is Ian Anderson, and he played flute. So Serenade for a Cuckoo is pretty much a flute jazz piece, and he really, really liked that. So there was some relationship between Corey and this album. So then the next album by Tell came out same year. Um, came out in February. This came out, I believe, in September or October of 1969, and it's called Stand Up. So I thought, okay, the first one's pretty good. I'm going to get the second one. And without even thinking about it, I bought this album. I mean, it has a great cover. It's like a woodcut cover, and a woodcut back cover. But when I got it home and I opened it up, this was what I got, and it was like, whoa, look at that. That's cool. We'll do that again. Okay, ready, get set, go. We get the boys standing up. So there's the stand up for the album Stand Up. The album is so much different than this was. It was like they took a step forward, I'm going to say. A lot more rock, a lot more hard rock, and they're put into the progressive rock category. And I'm not real sure why. It might be just the way they play their instruments, and they'll start out a song fairly quiet, and then they keep on layering instruments on top of instruments, and get this sort of build up to a crescendo at the end of the song, and that may be why they consider it progressive rock. I never considered them progressive rock. I always considered them just kind of jazz, hard rock, blues, kind of like that. But great album, great album. So what I liked about this album was they picked up a new guitarist, Martin Barr. The first album had a different guitarist, Mick Abrams, And this guy played guitar a little bit different. I like Mick Abrams, good guitarist, but very bluesy. This guy played a little bit more rock guitar, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that sound. So from that album, from this album, Stand Up, we're going to play a track that I think personally is one of my favorite Jethro Tull tracks. I know later on they put out Aqualung and then Thick as a Brick, and a lot of people adore Thick as a Brick. It's a good album, but it gets a little, in my mind, monotonous because it's all one song. Both sides of the album are all one song. It's not that it's not good. I don't think there's enough variation to make it a unique, exciting album. So, what I really liked is the song We Used to Know. It is just a really cool song. It starts out fairly quiet, acoustic guitar, and he starts layering instruments onto this thing. And the lyrics are really cool. And the problem I have with the song is I'm always trying to listen through all of the lyrics on the song. But they layer in this acoustic, this electric guitar with a wah-wah pedal, and it just takes the song to another level, and it almost like hypnotizes you, and you start just listening to the music, listening to the flute, listening to the keyboards, listening to that wah-wah guitar, and then you lose yourself, and you always forget to finish listening to the lyrics. At least that's the way I am. So I can listen to the lyrics for like half the song, and then I get lost in the music, and the lyrics are not part of what I'm listening to. So with that said, let's listen to We Used to Know by Jethro Tull and see if you get lost in the wah-wah guitar like I do. And here we go.
Whenever I get to feel this way, hard to find new words to say. I think about the bad old days we used to know. Nights of winter turn me cold. Fears of dying, getting old. We ran the race was won by running slowly. Could be soon we'll cease to sound. Slowly upstairs, faster down, then to revisit stony grounds. We used to know. Remembering mornings, shillings spent, made no sense to leave the bed. The bad old days, they came and went, giving way to fruitful years.
Okay. See how they're layering the instruments on it? It was like an acoustic guitar with a little bit of a lead electric guitar, and then the drums came in, and then a little bit more guitar, and then we get Ian Anderson playing flute, and now the wah-wah guitar. This wah-wah guitar, I just love it. It finishes out this song, and it just, I think, makes the whole song. We're going to take this back just a little bit so we can hear Ian play his flute a little bit more, and go to it.
got the birds in hand, while in the bush the others land. Take what we can before the man says it's time to go. Each to his own way, I'll go mine. Best of luck with what you find, but for your own sake, remember times we used to know.
We used to know Jethro Tull, just a dynamite song from beginning to end. And I mean, you gotta like Tull. Tull is just phenomenal. The next album after this was Benefit, and in fact, they just released a 50th anniversary edition of Benefit right here as a huge book. I think it's like a 100-page book, and then there's 4 CDs and 2 DVDs in here. If you like Benefit, this is a great album. Pick up this box set or book set. I guess it's more of a book set, but great group. I bought I bought Stand Up, I bought Benefit, I bought Huckle Lung, I bought Thick as a Brick, I bought Passion Play, and Heavy Horses and Song for a Wood. I mean, I just kept on going. Each one is a great album in itself, and worth the listen to. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed listening to We Used to Know. One of my favorite Tull song. In fact, it's probably my favorite Tull song. And if you like this, please go and push the like button. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and you'll get updates to my future videos, and then take a look at my back catalog of videos as we go through songs of the 60s and the 70s. If you have any comments about Jethro Tull, this song, or anything else, put them in the comments below. That'd be also really slick, and I'd appreciate it. I love to read the comments. So with that, have yourself a super, super day. Remember, always smile. As you smile, you walk into a room, they see you and everybody else smiles. Smiles are contagious. With that, peace out. Have a good one. Peace out, baby.